love it. Hey, Shorty, how are you, mate?
Oh, fantastic. Welcome, everyone. What's up Wednesday? Welcome, campers. Welcome, smilers. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight to share with you our weekly What's Up Wednesday from Scott and Shorty at the Business of Smiles. And you know what? I'm super excited, Scotty, for tonight, mate. Oh, my gosh. Our hearts are going to be blowing open. How's your week?
I love it. And our hearts will be blown open, and especially with our guests. And I can't wait to bring them on shortly. But today's a very special day. And I hope people recognize that today is International Richie Benaud Day. It is 2 of the 2022. At 2:22 today, I took 2 minutes silence for a marvelous catch. Oh, what a catch! I can't do Richie Benaud very well, but I just love it. I just, what a great.
Can I share a little story around Richie?
Yeah, go.
So Richie Benaud used to live, before he passed, used to live in the same building as my mother. And each morning he would be there off to work. And when his wife was there with him in the car, they were driving off, him and his little hat and so forth. A true gentleman. He would get the car out, pull the car around to the front, park it, get out of the car, open the door for his wife, shut it, and then get around. Just one of those true gentlemen in all aspects. It was always saying hello in his beautiful voice, always held himself in beautiful esteem, and he was just a beautiful man. So thank you, Richie.
Yeah, rest in peace, Richie, because he made a significant difference to a lot of lives. Like blokes like you and I, we're in our mid-40s. We grew up with him, learning cricket, listening to cricket, and he changed the face of cricket, the way he commented, and just, learning about Richie Benaud is a fantastic opportunity. If no one's ever learned about him, I mean, this is a bit impromptu, we didn't really talk about this, but he's such an icon of Australia and of cricket worldwide, and I really encourage people to learn his story because he was an absolute gentleman in every facet of his life, and I just, touch wood that I can do my little bit to be a gentleman too, because he's been a great example of that and someone that I've grown up with. So thank you for sharing that, Shorty.
Pleasure.
All right, giddy up, hey, smilers. How are we? A little bit sideways. That's something a little bit different. What a week it's been. Like, again, there's so many different opportunities, and I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I do want to share a quick story. I was over the moon. I popped into Frankston to actually go for a paddleboard with Marcelo and Oscar, and popped in there, and there's a guy in the service station wearing the socks. And I'm like, dude, how cool is this? He goes, yeah, I love it. I said, he goes, you're the guy. I said, yeah, thank you. Okay, but just the socks. He goes, yeah, I wear them twice a week. He goes, the story means everything to me. He goes, I run the local coffee van with a mate, and I love it. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. I'm like, what a way to hit me in the heart. It was beautiful. So, Ross, thank you so much, mate. And I can't wait to catch up with you. So, Shorty, how's your week been?
I've got a story that I'd love to share as well that I just heard. Like I was on Connect Collaborative tonight, and we're in the little rooms and having a chat. And good mate Greg Smith goes, Shorty, he goes, mate, I just want to say, how good are those socks? I said, tell me more, Greg. He goes, mate, I'm wearing them on the streets. I'm wearing bike riding, and they are super comfortable. He goes, what really gets me, I was like, cool, yeah, they are super comfortable. But what really gets me is how I feel when I wear them. When I know the story behind it, it just makes a massive difference. I said, amazing. I said, thank you so much. I said, what did you notice in people when they see it? He goes, I thought they were looking at my new bike when I was riding, but maybe it's the socks that they are looking at when they're smiling at me. I said, so there's a little challenge for you over this next week. Start a little smiling back at them and see what happens. So, Greg Smith, thank you, sir. honor and a privilege. Looking forward to catching up with our next walk very, very shortly.
Oh, I love it. That is an amazing story because Greg Smith gave us a chop out leading into Christmas, yeah? And we sent out a little... Actually, we might actually just post it in our group, if that's all right. What he actually does, because what he presented was something amazing. And actually next week, I'll work out how to do the video and put it on here because I want to share some little secrets about that little picture because, God, that's some of the funniest stuff ever. When I share it, you are going to laugh so hard. It's so funny. Shorty knows what it's
I'll take one for the team.
Take one for the team. Oh, I love it. This one's gold. So yeah, we'll share that next week. I reckon it'll be a really good one. So
love it.
I got super pumped, and I just, as always, but listen to the stories that we have, all to do with a pair of socks. And to be honest, we need to promote the socks a little bit more, because that's going to give us the opportunity to do some amazing things. Oh, excellent. I've got a mate, Janelle. So this is the kind of stuff that just opens me up and brings everything to my heart. I've got a mate who's keen as beans to get kitted out with the gear and then do the same run. He's in the UK and runs marathons everywhere. Brilliant. Well, let's speak during the next week, Janelle, and let's make that happen. That is awesome because we've got some awesome stuff coming up this year. We've got the big run. We've got the 4x4x48 coming up. Have we announced that yet? Have we announced it?
No.
Not yet. Oh, I love it. Anyway, watch out for that one. I love it. So, well, without further ado, though, I want to bring on our special guest tonight because our special guest is somebody who you probably won't know. You might have heard her name and so some of the stuff we've done, but she's someone that means the world to me. Someone that's entrenched in my heart. Because it's time to reconnect, right? And it's time to bridge the gap. And every time we do that, we talk about it's time to reconnect. Time to reconnect to us, time to bridge the gap and bridge that gap in ourselves. And this amazing person has helped me bridge my gap. So I can't thank her enough, and I want to bring her on now. It's a stream. Andrea!
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm so excited to be here and I love the energy that you guys bring. It's amazing. How can we not smile?
I love it. Well, every time we do one of these, my cheeks are sore because of the smiles and the talking. Then we get off screen and we keep laughing at each other. So I just love it. So, but you're here tonight. And here for a very special reason. One of the most beautiful things I've ever done, and the very first community walk was in Shepparton. And I can't thank you enough for organising that.
It was easy and my pleasure, and what an experience for me to join you and hand out socks and connect with the community. I loved it.
No, brilliant. Thank you. Because there's a moment that I loved, and it was a moment on Saturday morning where we were nice and stinky after doing park run. And we're going into the Shep, we're going in to have breakfast. And we're going into the cafe and sitting down, and you started talking to a lady, and I'm going to stop there, but would you like to share with us the experience? Because there's some more things I'd like to share with people about it, if that's okay.
For sure. The lady, I don't know how much of the story you want, but I hadn't noticed, but the lady noticed us getting out of the car. We were decked out in our smiley shirts and our socks, and I'm sure we made a statement in the center of the town. Very busy Saturday morning, really busy cafe, and she'd spotted us, and we were heading to the cafe where she was getting her coffee. And as soon as Scott went in the door, she said, "You've got to tell me about these smiles. What's it all about?" So Scott had a chat to her, and I followed him and joined in on the conversation. And it turns out she'd recently moved to our town and was feeling pretty lost and disheartened with her move, in actual fact. It was when the COVID vaccine certificates had come in. So she was finding when she was visiting stores, the store people were very confronting and, hey, you can't come in here. I have to see your vaccine certificate. And she felt like that she was getting all this negative energy from the town. And unfortunately, lots of us were, but it just so happened that was the week she moved into town. And she thought, what am I doing in this town? Are these people really so nasty? But after having chatted to Scott and myself and hearing of her move and what she was starting here in the local town with her animal welfare, and just chatting to me and me reassuring her that truly we are a lovely town and we're not always, that strung up. But I think the COVID situation is just making us feel all a little out of sorts. But the conversations we had with her and her husband, chatting with her, I think she felt a lot more welcome in our community after that. So it was lovely.
I can't thank you enough for that, because I couldn't imagine selling up my home, moving out to the country, and then feeling all of that discomfort in your heart.
Yeah.
And to watch you engage with her and her face light up when she was talking to you about what we're doing in the community, it really hit me. It was absolutely beautiful. And just the confidence you gave her in what is in town and the people that are around, just because you wore your smile on the outside. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And then the very next thing, Andrea sat down to have breakfast with her. She's up again. There's a guy over in the corner sitting there on his own, having breakfast on his own, and Andrea's gone over to him. And would you like to share that experience?
He was an older gentleman and having a coffee on his own and just sitting quietly in the corner. And so I approached him and asked him if he minded if I gifted him a pair of socks and shared the story about it. And we had a bit of a chat and I told the story, and he was just so delighted that someone had taken the time to sit with him and brighten his morning up. And he couldn't thank me enough from the bottom of his heart. It really touched me. It was lovely.
Yeah. I love it. We've shared the experiences that happened in Shep, but it was just, when we go into places and we touch hearts like we do, and it is touching hearts, it's that full experience of going in, seeing people, listening to people, and sharing an opportunity. One of the biggest takeaways, was pretty close to the biggest, was watching you go out and gift people socks and share the message.
Thank you.
Because as one person to two person to three people, that makes a significant difference, and it makes me feel so special when I see people feeling what I live every day. And it's beautiful. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry. It's amazing how one pair of socks you can get a true connection with someone and have a conversation and brighten their day and let them know that people are out there listening. And, if we all smiled a bit more at each other and took the time to have a conversation, whatever it may be, just, hi, how you going? If everyone, just that one little bit more, it makes such a big difference overall.
It really does. And thank you. I've got so many things to say, but I know Shorty's got some questions. So I'm going to sit back for a sec. Is that okay?
Thank you, Scott. Like those two beautiful stories, Andrea, when you finish those conversations and those connections, what did you realize straight after? There's two questions here. What did you realize straight after? And how did that make you feel?
I realized, as I said before, how easy it is to make a connection and have a chat, but also how much it means to someone else that a stranger can take the time to do that. Yeah.
Beautiful. And how'd that make you feel?
How did it make me feel? Humbled, I think, and special. You know, that you can brighten someone's day so easily. It brightened my day. You know, I was on a buzz for the whole. I'm still on a buzz. I'm happy to be joining you guys and hoping that I can bring you to other communities, that we can all get out there and make a big difference.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, right? Because we can, you know, Scotty and I can actually share about the experiences and so forth. But when someone actually goes out and joins us in these walks and actually physically be parts of it and hands out, that's when we get this feedback like you're giving us tonight, and those realizations and those feelings of being humbled and the opportunity to share and give. Like, that's that message, and you're feeling it right now because you're reliving it and you can see it through your beautiful smile. And that's that connection. And I just want to acknowledge you so much for that and helping on the weekend and everything else that you're doing. So amazing. Thank you, Scott.
My pleasure, and brings a lot of satisfaction.
I love it. I'm grinning. My cheeks are sore. I'm just so proud because I'm just right now going to announce what we're here to talk about is our community program. Like what happened in Shepparton and the way in which Andrea organised for myself to come to town and sit with people and talk and share the community vibe and say thank you to one another. It was such an impactful experience for myself, for Andrea, for the family, for the community, for the local police that we spoke to, how deeply we got into that. Because of that situation, Andrea is now our community engagement person. Andrea is now our person. If you would like us to come to your community, we will put you in contact with Andrea, and Andrea will be in contact with you. That's how much of an impact it's made to me. It's how much of an impact it's made to Andrea, and how much it's made an impact to us as the Business of Smiles, because it is so important, because it is time to reconnect. It is time to bridge that gap. It all starts now. It starts with a smile. I got that wrong, Shorty. Time is now. It all starts with a smile. Our own catchphrase, and I get it wrong. I love it. So I can't wait to do this. And the most important thing I need to share with people is we're doing this in the communities. We're not staying indoors, we're outdoors. We're walking the streets, we're talking to people, we're teaching you how to connect to yourself, your community, how to say thank you to people with context, how to actively listen to people so we can learn one another. Because that's the key right now. You know, we're going to learn each other. And it's just so beautiful. So, Shorty, is there anything you'd like to throw in on that?
I'm just super excited as well, because this is a great opportunity to get your community involved and you know, with Andrea's amazing experience of putting everything in place and process and just organization. Oh my gosh, it is just next level. It's just like, oh, amazing. What she did at Shepparton and what she's doing to really get the message out there and the connection in the local communities. Like, reach out if you've got a local community that you want us into to get out there and reconnect. Like, reach out, because it's time. It is time to reconnect. So
Absolutely.
From our hearts to yours, thank you so much, Andrea.
No worries. I look forward to meeting lots of people in other communities and helping them have the same experience I have, because it's made me realize how special people are and how much of a difference we can make to everybody. Might be one person at a time, but those smiles are going to spread and catch on and get around and make better communities.
Yeah, and I think that's the key right there, right? We live in a world that has new opportunities coming through, and our communities are now more important than ever. It's so important to know and understand our communities, because we need to support one another. We need to find new ways to support one. The opportunities of employment, the opportunities of the way in which sporting clubs are run. They're so affected by all these different elements that have to be implemented. There's a lot of pressure on right now. And if we can share the load and support one another and do it with a smile.
It's amazing just how that one gift of socks can brighten someone's day. It truly is. It's a very, very special pair of socks.
But it really is. Like, it's the warmth, isn't it, Andrea, when you give somebody a pair of socks? Because it's not just about giving people a pair of socks, because as we experienced, we actually say thank you for doing your best right now. We thank people before we give them a pair of socks. And if they're not comfortable inside that arena, then we don't actually take that any further, because you do get knocked back at times for trying to give people a pair of socks, you know, and that's okay, because that's where people are at. And we thank them again. Thank you so much. That's okay. Have a fantastic day, you know. And I keep talking about all the happiness, but you can feel it, right? You feel it. It's just in here. I just love it.
Yeah.
So, Shorty, take over for a sec while I'm getting my feels all on.
So, and that's the exciting bit is what's coming up. Reaching out to local communities, connecting to local communities, and doing a walk a month or during the week or on the weekend out into local communities, particularly in businesses. I think business owners need this right now to connect with themselves, helping them reconnect back into their own communities, helping them connect back with their families and their clients and their suppliers. Imagine that. Imagine bringing the businesses, the local small business owners together to really reconnect, because that helps the local community. Food, shelter, water, clothing, all the basic requirements that we need. We start to look at what we call that infrastructure, and that's a beautiful tapestry of how we can really connect hearts. And so I encourage you to ask the questions to, if it's your Chamber of Commerce's or your SES or your local government, how can we help? How can we reconnect? So this has been a beautiful conversation, and we've got some huge walks a lot coming up, and we're super excited. There's lots of socks that we're going to be handing out. Just a couple little notices I want to share. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Jump over to YouTube and subscribe. Just search the Business of Smiles. Get over there and hit subscribe. I sound like one of those YouTubers. Get over there. Oh my gosh. I got a picture of the Norris nuts. My kids love the Norris nuts. And it's just like, it's full on. It's like, and subscribe. I was like, oh no, no, Shorty. No, don't go down that path. Anyway, squirrel. Coming back to On Path. And we've got some other announcements that we're going to be sharing next week, which is another event in April that's coming up. We'll be sharing some of those details next week. So lots on, super excited. Thank you once again for Andrea. I'd like to sharing your story, and we could be talking on so different amazing experiences that happened over that weekend at Shepparton, but this is just the beginning. We are so excited. And for me personally, I want to say thank you.
You're welcome. And I look forward to hearing from other community members that want to have a similar experience as me and get out in the community and make a difference.
I love it. I just want to finish it off with something. Andrew, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're an amazing human being that goes above and beyond to help others, and to be walking this journey called life with you, hand in hand. I can't thank you enough. It's an absolute privilege having you join us as part of our crew, and I just can't wait to see what we achieve.
Thank you. I think the privilege will be mine as well, working with you guys and helping grow your idea and the happiness.
I think I missed something there. I think it was our idea.
Our idea, yes. Okay. I'm on board.
Giddy up. I love it. I love it. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you so much, Andrea. Shorty, thank you very much. I can't wait to get this steam train that's building momentum. Can't wait to get it up the hill, because once we start going down the other side, the law of inertia is going to take us a long way. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you very much. Hey, Shorty, where's that button? Take
He
care,
was
everyone.
frozen. Bye.